Welcome to the BNFT chart. My name is Norvan Hayford. You can get this episode on our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook page. And this particular episode is looking at a sales agreement that has been signed with a subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Authority, that is NNPC, which is a sales agreement for Ghana to be able to construct another gas power plant in this country. And with me today is OIe Agerndal. He's the project director for the West African Gas Limited. And he will be speaking to us to tell us more about this particular project and other things that they hope to do and what the benefit is to us as a people. Don't forget that we have been involved in so many power crises, or what you call doomsday, and they say they are here to help us address this particular one. Welcome to the show, OIe Agerndal.
First of all, we understand that you got an approval from the government of Ghana, or the parliament approved for a project which has to do with gas infrastructure. Can you give us a short summary of what this project is about?
Yeah, this project is about, and the agreement is about that West Africa is selling gas to the government and to the power plants in Ghana. That means that we have to get the gas to Ghana, and by doing that we have to have a regasification unit here, which is the terminal we are building. Then the LNG, which is in a floating condition because of the low temperature, will come to the terminal in a separate vessel. It will moor next to our unit and then load over the LNG. We will regasify, taking it from liquid to air again, and then put it into the pipeline, which will then be transported to the power plant. And the power plant will use it for producing LNG, for producing electricity.
I see. So what you mean is that with this particular project, how many megawatts of power should we expect?
Initially, it's a smaller power plant, but we have overcapacity, so it will grow. At the moment it's 120 megawatt, but we can go up to 500 megawatt to supply gas for that. When we did the job in Lithuania, in Klaipėda port, we started with a utility of 25%. Today we are 98% utilizing the terminal. And what you will see here is also that once we start, we also have to show something visual. And once people see that this terminal is being built, the customers will come and contact the terminal owner and say, listen, we want to buy gas. And we have overcapacity at the moment, but we will utilize that within 1 or 2 years.
Is this one of the public-private partnership projects that we have in this country?
As I understand it, yes. Because this is a private company who will own and operate the terminal, who will sell the gas to the power company of Ghana Power Ministry. So yes, it is a combined public and...
So is there any room that at some point it will be transferred to the Ghana government, like the BOT arrangements that we have sometimes, build, operate, and transfer, or it doesn't fall under that arrangement at all?
Not at the moment.
As long as you're going to be here,
yes,
it is the PPP. It belongs to you. If you think you don't want to operate it again, you pack baggage and leave.
No, you cannot just pack and baggage and leave. You can leave with the vessel, but you cannot leave with the infrastructure. And it's a huge investment in the infrastructure. I mean, we have to build a jetty, we have to build the facilities required for transporting the gas, and we have to build pipeline and all the support facilities for that. So you cannot just leave. No way.
What's the cost of this whole project? Let's look at it, because, I mean, before we get into the integrities, the benefits that this will bring to the Ghanaian people.
Yes.
What's the total cost of this project, the total investment you're going to be making?
Well, the investment we are going to make, we have two separate parts of this project. One is the FSRU, which is the ship, which will take the LNG on board and regasify it and deliver it to us on the terminal. Then there's a terminal part, which is the infrastructure and the pipeline. The vessel we have leased on a 10-year basis, so that we are paying at a time charter rate every day. But for the infrastructure, that is an investment around $150 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is a lot of money.
Now,
yeah.
tell us, of what benefit do you think this particular project is going to be to the people of Ghana?
I see it two ways here. One way is that we are getting new technology to Ghana. And it's the first country in West Africa which will have this kind of technology. So that can have an effect on the know-how which we are giving over to the Ghana people. That's one part. The other part is the jobs. I always see it's very important when we go do a job, like a project, whether it's all over the world, it's important that we look at the job creation. And we will see, I would say around 100 people will initially be, let's say, directly employed to do the operation of the terminal. Then there will be an effect, there will always be a ring effect of services for the terminal, like let's say we need the catering, we need this, we need that, which would have an effect which I would multiply by 3 or 4. Because we have maintenance we have to do with the terminal, etc. So for me, this is very important for the country that it creates jobs and you get know-how, which can have some other effects.
When do you hope that this project will come on stream?
The plan is that we would deliver the first gas within half a year. So then basically we are on stream, but we are not finished with the project. That will be within, 1st of May 2018, we will be finished. But first gas is planned to be delivered after half a year. That means 1st of July. Next year.
Oh, next year, 2017.
Yes.
The gas that you're going to be using in this plant or at the plant, let me find out from you. Is it going to come from the Ghanaian gas fields, or you're going to be getting the gas direct from Nigeria? And I'm asking this because of some of the challenges that we have faced as a country.
Yes.
With the gas that we'll be receiving from Nigeria.
Yes. This gas will not come from Nigeria. This gas will initially come from BP. We have an agreement with BP to supply of LNG. Again, we talk LNG here. That's very important to distinguish between LNG, which is a liquid form of gas, and the air form of gas. We liquefy gas, let's say 600 cubic meter of air gas. When you cool it down to minus 161 degrees, volume is only 1 cubic meter. That's why you can transport it that way. Otherwise, it's usually the gas fields are in an area where you don't actually need it. So you need to pipe it, liquefy it, and send it to areas where they don't have access to the gas. Your own gas fields is different. That will come as air gas through the pipeline. But you need to have additional gas in relation to the power you require now and in the future. So it's an investment also in the future for Ghana.
So as far as you're concerned, you're sure that the arrangement you have with BP is good enough to ensure that your power plant would have gas all the time to be able to generate the power that you need to generate to supply the people of this country?
Yes.
And so we will not have the same challenges that we have with some of the plants that we have in this country who a lot of the times, because there are challenges, we don't have gas for them.
No, that's not going to happen here. We have an agreement with BP. We will build this terminal. We will deliver the gas to the power plants.
Are you able to tell us the unit cost when you are done? The unit cost when it comes to the power that you'll be selling to the people?
I don't know that, to be honest. I'm not involved in the commercial part of the project. I'm involved in the implementation of the project. But it's competitive. And it's normal market prices. I know that.
I see, very finally, before I let you go, you see, when it comes to, you talk about the fact that you're giving us all the assurances that, look, you're going to get the gas from BP and all that. If they fail, what happens?
Well, listen, we know the markets. We are, in my company, we are dealing in LNG ourselves. So we know all the players in the market. We know all the suppliers of LNG. We went with BP. We could have gone with Statoil, for instance. In Norway, we could have gone with Algerian supplier. There's so much LNG on the market at the moment, so there is no problem in getting LNG. And that will be the same in the future. Same in the future. We are even waiting for the Australian market to come online with their LNG, and trust me, that will even give more LNG to the market. So for me, I have no concern in being able to get an alternative supplier in case BP cannot deliver. But BP is also a trading company. You see, they go on the market and trade and buy LNG and sell it. We will have access to LNG, no problem at all.
Even though I told you very finally, one thing that really baffles my mind is the fact that we're producing gas in this country. Nigeria is producing gas, and you have to get it from BP.
Yeah, but this you have to distinguish between liquid gas and air gas. You're producing air gas, you're not liquefying it. That's the difference. But you're not producing sufficient air gas. So you need to import. And the only way to import it is by liquefying gas, liquefying LNG. So that's different. You cannot compare these two things. Very different.
Thank you very much, OIe, for speaking to me.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
It was a pleasure for me
hope
also.
that this project, when it comes on stream, we'll be there to cover that for you as well.
I hope so too. You'll be invited.
Definitely.
Okay,
definitely.
thank you. Thank you.
This has been another edition of the BNFT Chat with me, Norvan Akwa-Hayford. We came to you from the Mervyn Peak Hotel here in Accra. And this particular episode, you can find it on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Or you can also visit our website, thebnftonline.com, for more on our stories and anything that you're looking for, especially if you need data that is in relation to business in Ghana. Join us again next time for another episode. Goodbye.